There's an Easter egg on Vondel, the new Warzone map that's come with Season 4, and we don't understand it. I'm going away on holiday for like a week now, and so I'm not going to be able to solve this, so I'm relying on all of you watching this to try and work out how to solve this, and I'm really looking forward to seeing how it gets done. In this video, I'm going to show you everything we've found so far, everything we've worked out so far, and a massive shout out to Fentanyl, who was on my Discord, because he's the one that actually told me about this whole thing. He's the one that found the first backpack that I heard about. And then, obviously, a massive thanks to Gokutavu, Scotto, Flynn, and Cobb, all the people who were helping me to search for all of this stuff. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe. So, when you drop into a game on Vondel, and it can be a resurgence game, but it doesn't matter whether it's solos, duos, trios, or quads, so that kind of eliminates the idea that you need 4 people to do any of these steps. When you drop into a game, you can land at one of 4 different locations, and there might be a grey backpack there that you need to interact with. Now, it's pretty much random which one of those locations it's in. We've never had a game where it's not at one of those 4, and I would have loved to have got some footage of all 4 of them, but frustratingly, after a while, after a couple of playlist updates last night, it was just always at the fire station over and over again. So the places that we know it can be is the university car park. There's like a car park on the roof, and it's just up against this wall. I never actually saw it there myself. It can be on the fire station roof just here, and this is where it ended up kind of getting stuck, and it was always there. It can be in the sort of northmost spire, the corner spire of the castle, and that one's actually inside. You have to go inside the spire, and it's just on the side here. And then it can also be on the police station roof. When you interact with the backpack, weirdly everyone on your team, at least everyone on your team, maybe everyone in the whole game, I don't know, will hear some beeping, and you'll like hold up a little device that will be decrypting something, and it will give you what looks like 4 map references. So there'll be something like, D3, E5, G4, F4, and that's pretty much all we know so far. Now, we've had lots of theories about what these references could mean. Obviously, we did the first thing of trying to go to all of these map locations, trying to find something that was beeping or ringing or something like that. We couldn't find anything at all. We also found that there's a massive chessboard in one part of the map. We thought maybe it'll be something to do with that, because it's like how they talk about which square is which in chess. You can't interact with any of the chess pieces, you can't move it, and it's not very clearly sort of like marked which square would be which letter, so that doesn't seem to be a thing. And remember, like I said, you can do this in solo, so I don't think it's something where you have to have all 4 people standing on all 4 places. The other thing that makes me think it's almost definitely a map corner is that in one of the games, we managed to get the device super late, so the gas had already closed in quite a lot. And when we did that, one of the map coordinates was just marked out. It was just 2 red dashes. And I'm guessing that's because that area would have been in the gas, so it doesn't make sense anymore. So it definitely seems like this is something we're meant to be looking for in the map. There's a few interesting things about the coordinates it shows you. For one thing, they all seem to be in kind of one central area of the map. We've seen them come out as like D, E, F, G, but we've never seen them lower or higher letters than that. And all the numbers seem to be between 3 and I think 6. I'm not sure if we've even seen it go up to 7. So it doesn't seem to be on the edges of the map at all. That's kind of interesting. We've tried looking at things like the buses that are in the area, the buy stations that are in the area, although I think maybe it still could be something to do with the buy stations. We didn't investigate that very much. Maybe it could be something in the water. We've swam around loads. We've gone through all the buildings, gone across the rooftops. We've tried taking one person who interacts with the thing and like running the entire way around to make sure that they've hit all of those 4 map squares, and nothing. We haven't had any kind of confirmation that we've like got something right. Now, that isn't the only weird thing on this map, and it's hard to know whether the other things are connected at all. So, in the stadium, there's a desk where you can press an interact button to hype the crowd, and it plays some crowd noises, and sometimes it's cheers and sometimes it's boos. If you go into the museum, downstairs there's like a stage, and up there you can start playing some music. You just interact to play music, and it plays a bit of music on the stage. And then there's also a couple of other things that I'm not sure if it's more something to do with a DMZ mission. So there is a stuck door near the market. So if you go to this buy station in E5, and then you kind of go, you can see where there's the staircase, the sort of iron staircase going up. If you go round the corner from there, you'll find a door that just says it's stuck. It's a stuck door, and you can't interact with it. And there's no other way to get into that building. Then the building behind you actually has an underground tunnel running under it. So if you get down to the waterways, you can see a few different entrances to this kind of hidden tunnel network. In DMZ, I think you can just swim straight through here. If you go to the bit that sort of joins the two buildings but underground, you can see there's this covered tunnel that you can't get into. And there's a hidden cache near it as well. So I've got no idea if that's anything to do with this Easter egg at all, but it definitely looks like this could be something. And if you go underneath the graveyard, so there's a house in the graveyard and you can go through into a basement there, you'll find that there's a load of plans on the wall. It looks like there was plans for some attack. And they've got a massive map on the wall that's got a load of letters and a load of numbers. So you might think, oh, cool, you can use that. But each of the letters is only really near one number. And it doesn't seem like there's any way you can make sense of it to be like, okay, what's E3 and E5? That just doesn't seem to make sense on there at all. So maybe someone smarter than me can work that out, but so far we haven't managed to find anything. One idea I did have, but this was after we stopped playing and now I don't have time to check it out, but you could have a look at it, is maybe there's something in the sky above these grid references. That was something we saw on Ashika Island where there was some drones super high up. Maybe you go to those grid references, look up, and there'll be something that you can shoot down. That might be something that's worth trying in a game right now if you get a chance, and please let me know in the comments how that turns out. But other than that, we were completely stumped. We were trying this for like 2 or 3 hours yesterday. We were just going around. We managed to get the grid coordinates every single game, so that wasn't a problem. But we just couldn't find anything to interact with anywhere on the map. And we don't know what we're looking for. We don't know if we're looking for like a phone or a radio, or if we're looking for a computer or a screen or something like that. Maybe it's even like the Rebirth Island Easter egg, because this is Beanox who made that, where we're looking for a bit of a code or something like that. But even if that was true, we don't know where we would put that code in. We haven't found any kind of devices anywhere where you could enter a code. The grid references change every game. It's randomized, so it's not something where you could get the grid references, then go into some other game to do something, some other map or anything like that. We're just completely stumped. So if you manage to work this out, if you manage to find out what's going on, please let me know in the comments. Let me know on Twitter, sort of like just give me a ping over there. I'd be super excited to see what's happening. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. See you soon. Goodbye.